Hello and welcome to the Journeyman. This is FIFA 18 and we're going to do the Journeyman once again. This will be a bit of an extended episode. Today we need to run through the formalities, the setup, the rules, and then we're going to get actually into the first episode. I'll show you the team, get in some, transfers, get in and look at our youth academy and just get involved in this Journeyman series. Hopefully some of you guys have a crack at this at home yourselves. We've had some pretty good feedback over the last couple of years on our Journeyman series. Now, we need to cover a few things before we get underway. So we had a vote last week on which team we would be using. I put that one out to you. We had 597 votes for the team. Thank you very much if you were involved in the team vote. Now, the team that came out on top in the Irish League, of course, where we are starting our Journeyman, was the Shamrock Rovers. They had 112 votes. Limerick FC were in second with 80 votes. So, enough of a gap there. We're going to start here with the Shamrock Rovers in our Journeyman series. Now, we also had a manager to vote for, and, that just came out, crushed it. Davide Lombardi. Now, he was our Scout Future Star from last year's Journeyman series. He did be the manager for our Relegation Regen Rebuild series last year on with AC Milan. But you guys have voted. You want him in charge of our Journeyman this year, so he is taking the helm here at the Shamrock Rovers. Right, so we've got the team, we've got the manager. Now we need to cover how you set up and how you play this Journeyman series. So let's get into the rules. Right, so for this year's Journeyman series, we did have a vote, and it was chosen to do a European-style campaign rather than the World campaign. So we're going to work through 5 groups in this Journeyman series. So we start here in Ireland. We pick our team. You guys have chosen the Shamrock Rovers for me to take a hold of here in our first group stage. We need to go through and basically win the Irish League. Nothing else matters. We just need to win that Irish League, and then we can go and look for a job in the second group. Now, the second group is Norway, Sweden, Poland, and Denmark. So once we've won the Irish League, we go away and we look for a job in that group stage. So the way you do that is I'll show you right now. So if you come over to the Office tab here in your career mode and you go into Browse Jobs, there won't be any at the moment because it's the start of a career mode. But as you work through this, you will get job offers. If you keep checking this tab, it does change daily. So when you are ready for that next job to take on, make sure you're checking these job openings daily. And once you get one of those groups pop up, grab one of those clubs and head on to group number 2. Right, so once we get through group number 2, then we can win that league, move on to group number 3, which is Scotland, Switzerland, Poland, and Belgium. I think I said Poland in the last one. It was Austria. I will have graphics up. Don't you worry about that. We win group 3. We go to group 4. Group 4 is Turkey, the Netherlands, Portugal, and Russia. And finally, we move into group number 5, which is England, France, Germany, Italy, and Spain. All the big boys. So you've got 5 groups to work through, and you'll continually go through trying to win leagues. But that is not the main objective of this career mode. The main objective is, of course, our World Cup challenge. So let's get into the nitty-gritty and into the rules of what you need to take on board for this Journeyman series. Right, the rules for Journeyman are fairly simple. First of all, we're doing a Euro campaign, so we will start by picking a team here in Ireland. That is how we start our Journeyman. Very, very simple. The next one we want to do is grab ourselves a Scout Future Star, and he will join us on our journey. So use your Scout Future Star from the catalogue. If you don't have a Scout Future Star left available for your career mode, I'm going to go out here and say on a scout report, if you get back a player that's potential to be special on that first scout report, he can be your Scout Future Star effectively. Pick one player. Don't be cheating. Just pick one player. Nominate him as your Scout Future Star, and you can carry him through the journey. So the ruling is with your Scout Future Star, when you move into group number 2, you can go and sign your Scout Future Star and try and bring him through all 5 clubs along the way. Okay, rule number 3 is you can only sign youth and free agents. Okay, so you can't go and barter with other teams. You can't make any signings from any other teams. You can only sign players from the free agency list and from your youth academy, and that is how you build your teams to go forward and try and win the league. Former players, once you move into group 2, 3, 4, and 5, if you've signed someone in your Irish league in group number 1, and you move to group number 2, I suggest you go through and any real key players that you think might be big in the future, put them on your shortlist. Because what you can do here for rule number 4 is you can buy players from your former team, but only if they are being sold by the club. So you will need them on your shortlist. And that will let you an indication to know that if some club is coming in to buy that player. If that offer does come in to buy a player from your former group club, then you can put in an offer to try and grab one of those former players and bring them along with you as well. That is the only way you can buy a former player. Otherwise, they need to stay at that club. If you don't want to buy them and they get sold off, that is fine. But that is the only way you can buy former players, you know, that you've scouted through the career mode. Now, let's get into the World Cup stuff. Rule number 5 is you must take the first international job that is offered to you. So, this is providing that you can youth scout that country. I don't want you going and taking, the Indian job or something like that, because you can't scout there and there's not much purpose for it in this Journeyman series. So, last year we got Finland, and then we just basically scouted Finland the whole way along, built up them, and played through the World Cup scenarios. The league jobs must be completed in group order, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now we just need to cover what you need to be doing with your scouts. Right, so you'll have your 3 scouts here, whatever you can hire at that stage in the career mode. Now, this is very important. These 3 things really need to be grabbed a hold of. The first scout you grab must be scouting your current league. So our first scout is going to have to scout in Ireland and Northern Ireland until we move on to the next group. Then that scout will flip over to wherever the group number 2, just to help bolster up the league that you're working in as well, and maybe help that country in the future in the World Cup scenarios. Number 2 scout needs to be scouting the country that you are obviously in the World Cup control of. So for the start of the career mode, when you don't have the job, it's fine. That is free for all. You can do whatever you want with that scout, but as soon as you get that job in the international job, that scout needs to be scouting your World Cup squad. So you really need to think about it. Maybe you want to get a decent scout. Maybe you can only afford 1 good scout and a couple of rubbish scouts. You want that good scout to be number 2 once you've got that international job. Before that, number 1. And number 3, well, he is free reign. Now, I'm going to leave that up to you guys on where we scout. So I'll cover that a little bit later in this episode. That is all of the rules here for the Journeyman series. So hopefully that's quite understandable. If you do have any questions or queries, do leave a comment down below or contact me on Twitter at SparringDK, and I'll give you some information on something that may be a little bit grey for you. Feel free to contact me. I'm always checking the Twitter, and I'll go back and check the comments on this episode 1 constantly. So make sure if you have any issues or queries, let me know in the comments and I will get back to you. But that is it. That is all the rules for the Journeyman. That is all set up. Let's get into it. Right, so here we go. Let's really get this Journeyman underway, and this is the way I'm going to play this Journeyman. We are going to go through and we're going to play just the 1 game a month. It's fairly fast-paced, it's fairly action-packed. We'll have about 3 episodes a week out of this, but you'll constantly see we are going to be smashing through these seasons. When we get to World Cup encounters, we will slow things down. We'll play all the group stages and try and get ourselves a couple of World Cups under our belt through this Journeyman series. So really, the gameplay you will see will just be like 1 key game per month. So you'll probably get 2 games an episode, or try and get through 2 months just to allow for scout reports and all the other good managerial stuff that comes through here on this Journeyman series. Obviously, there'll be training. You can train your players, all that other good jazz. Just run it like a normal career mode. If you want to play every game, that is fine. If you've got the time to do that, feel free to do that. But what we're going to do on this one is keep it fast-paced, keep it real, and punch through and play 1 game a month. So there's 12 teams here in the Irish League. Obviously, we've got the Shamrock Rovers. Let's get this season underway. Right, so at this stage we've got £776,000 in our transfer budget and only $5,000 in the wages. So it's going to be a bit difficult here if we want to try and buy some regens to bolster this side. I need to worry about scouting as well. I'm going to try and sell off some of these players, but hopefully we can get some decent, maybe two-star scouts and get this ball rolling on this series. Right, let's take a look at the objectives for the Shamrock Rovers here in Season 1 of our Journeyman. Signed 2 players from the Youth Academy and 1 in a midfield position. That's fine. Brand exposure, some attendance, that's fine. Domestic success, just a high finish, so that's not too bad. They don't want us to win the league. The last thing you want to do in a Journeyman is get fired and have to start again. If you do get fired, you have to remain in the same league until you win that league, all right? and financially finish the season with a profit margin of 8.8 million. Oof. And keep the salary growth under 20%. Okay, that might be a little bit stingy. We'll see what we can do about that one. So here's the current squad that we've got here at the Shamrock Rovers. I've put the Sparring DK formation into play. Hopefully that does okay on simulation games as well. Probably lacking in the striker area here. Shaw's the best striker at 57. The midfield's not too bad for the Irish League. And then defensive, we probably need a centre-back and the Canadian keeper there at 62. Then the bench is not showing too much chops. And, a few reserves there, but I'm going to probably sell off a lot of these lads to try and replace them with youth academy players and a few regens. I want to smash through the Irish League as quickly as we can, but you do want to set them up because the whole idea of the Euro campaign is that everyone can be playing in the Champions League. So if you can set this team up with some good youngsters that in 3, 4, 5 seasons could be up around the 80, 85 mark, well then, we might play against the Shamrock Rovers when we're in Group 3 or Group 4 and going through a Champions League. So if there is any stage that we have the opportunity to play a former club through the series, I'll definitely bring those games to you in this Journeyman series. Now, I have chosen the pre-season tournament. It was a one-star tournament with the most amount of money. We've got Grimsby, Crawley and Chesterfield in Group A. Barnet, Werder Bremen 2, is it Unterhaching and Hailshire FC? I don't know, probably murdered that, but we'll take them on. Those will be simulator games. Just trying to pick up a bit of extra cash before we go and probably get our scouts ready to go. Right, we do need to pick up our Scout Future Star for this Journeyman series. Hopefully it brings us back something worldly. The last 2 campaigns have been okay. Fabian Bush in Journeyman 1 was about an 87 overall, and who could forget Davide Lombardi last year? He absolutely crushed it, the Italian striker. So hopefully we get some gem. Let's send the Scout Future Star on his way. All right, Shamrock taking on Crawley here in the first game of the pre-season tournament, and we smashed them 4-1. Well done, boys. Right, we've got transfer offers coming in. I'm just doing delegations behind the scenes, but anything that does go through, I will show you. So Aaron Bolger is a 49 overall centre midfielder. 60 grand from Derry. We will accept it and see if he can agree terms. Second game here in the International Cup pre-season tournament. Chesterfield beat us 2-0. All right, we've sold Collins to the Finn Harps for 57 grand. And Bolger has gone to Derry City for 60 grand. So bolstering some of the Irish teams around us, maybe. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite us on the bum. Right, the final group game here is against Grimsby. We're going to need a win in this one, but we lose 2-1, and we are out of the pre-season tournament. But we do pick up 264 grand into our budget. Let's go and get ourselves some scouts. Right, so we've got 3 scouts here. Philip Gillespie from Ireland, 2-star, 2-star. Bogdan Brankovic is a 3-star, 2-star. And Romain Lefebvre, 2-star, 3-star. Now, I'm going to send these scouts out for this one, but what I want you guys to do in the comment section down below is leave me places that you think we should scout. Now, really thinking about this because what we want to try and be doing early on in this Journeyman series is probably going to some of the lower-like countries that do have World Cup squads, just in case we find that diamond in the rough that we can utilize later in the career mode. I am going to send Gillespie to the Republic of Ireland. I'm going to send Brankovic to Northern Ireland, bring in some home talents while we're trying to get that international job. Not sure where I'll send the Belgian just yet. I'll think about that one. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below. Really think about it. Don't just go and say, go to Brazil or something, because I've just got a feeling that we probably won't get that Brazilian job. Just give us some really off-kilter countries, but please, I'd prefer it if they do have World Cup squads in the game, so that, you know, we're bolstering the World Cup community as well, so that challenge gets a little bit harder along the way. Let me get these scouts sent out. We probably need some strikers and a goalkeeper and some defenders, so probably physically strong and a goalkeeper. Let me get this sorted. All right, so we've gone to the Republic of Ireland for physically strong. We've gone to Northern Ireland for a goalkeeper, and I've gone down to New Zealand for a winger. And just, you know, we need to pinch our pennies here in the Irish League, but hopefully we can get some talent back and start building this Shamrock Rovers squad. All right, we've sold David Webster to Derry City for 140 grand, and James Dooner has gone to Finn Harps for 71 grand. Right, our scout has returned and he's brought us back Ricardo Gallo, a 60 overall left midfielder, 82 to 94 potential, 450 grand evaluation. Obviously, he won't have these stats when we sign him in, but those are the kind of levels that he will be able to grow to through this career mode. So Ricardo Gallo, welcome to the journey, and we are going to sign him straight into the first team. Right, so we have Ricardo Gallo, 5'7", left-footed, medium work rates, and has the potential to be special. Come on, 3-star, not too bad. He should be fairly decent out on that left-hand side. So he starts with some decent physical, some decent pace there for him. Hopefully the rest of his attributes catch up quickly. I'm probably not going to put too much training into him because he does have the potential to be special. So we'll see how quickly he comes along here in the Irish League. Right, we've sold Trevor Clark to Galway United for 290 grand. Right, so this is how this career mode is going to work. I'm going to take a full look at the month ahead and I'm going to pick one game to play. Well, I think with looking at the votes, the second team that you guys wanted to see was Limerick. So we will take on Limerick here in August. Still got the transfer window open. I'm just scouting some free agents at the moment to see if we can help bolster this side, and we should get a Youth Academy report back halfway through this month. So let's get simulating. We will show you the games as they unfold and the results, and we'll get forward to that Limerick game. Right, first game of the season, and it is a 2-1 win to the Shamrock Rovers. And goals to Finn and King coming on as a substitute. Right, sending some of the reserves out here against St. Pat's. We've got the Limerick game up in a couple of days' time. And we come through with a 2-2 draw. Well done, boys. Right, our first scout reports are back here from New Zealand. Oliver Murphy, 67 and 91, 70 grand evaluation. We will bring him in. And Charlie Lee, I think we'll just leave there for now. We are in Northern Ireland. Oh, look out, look out. Here we go. Dylan Brady. 45 to 61, 73 to 94, 6'5" goalkeeper. He can come into the team, and great hair from Noel Hennessy, but we'll leave those lads there. And just the one player here for the Republic of Ireland, it's Niall O'Connor, 65 to 89. 60 grand evaluation. We need players, so we'll sign him into the academy. Right, so Oliver Murphy can't come in yet as he's only 15. Neither can Dylan Brady, but Niall O'Connor, 49 overall, 65 to 89. Potential, technically gifted. Let's bring him into the squad because we're running a little bit thin. All right, here we go, into game number 1 of our Journeyman season, and it's Limerick FC at the Markets Field. Now, I have spent an entire week going through every single European club and trying to put in their stadium names. Some of them were a little bit long. I'm going to sneeze, fuck me. All right, I've gone through. I've done every single, even third-tier Bundesliga. I've gone through. I've found their ground names. Hopefully, most of them are correct off the internet. But that was one hell of a ride, just sitting here monotonously filling in all of the grounds for all of the teams that could show up here in this Journeyman series. So we're taking on Limerick. Our first chance to see how this Shamrock side lines up. Only the real player to look at is Garlow, our scout future star, playing on the left-hand side today. This team will get turned around very, very quickly with the pace of this career mode. So the Shamrock Rovers line up like this, and Garlow is number 13. We've also got the other young lad, is it O'Connor, who we just pulled in from the academy on the bench. I think he's a left midfielder as well, so we'll see how we go for stamina. But this could be an absolute train wreck. We are on Legendary, 6-minute halves, no sliders. Let's get in to the start of our Journeyman campaign. Sure, and he looks like a big unit. Off to Burn. And that's a poor pass. The quality of football here may be a little bit suspect. I've got a feeling this Irish League could be a little bit of fun, actually. Here is Finn. Brings it inside for Connolly. Picked off. Now Scout future star. Has he got a cross? Well, that is poor. Welcome to football, lad. It'll be many years before we start seeing him doing some real business. Slips it inside. It's a nice ball. Here's Finn. And a good save from Hall. We'll get a corner. And Shaw, the striker, looks like a huge unit. So hopefully we can find him in the box at some stage. Grace. Garlow turns, shoots. Ooh. The Italian. As well. Let's play the ball back in. Finn to Garlow, who strikes. Oh, he's got it! His first goal in football. Garlow put Shamrock Rovers in the lead. And he just lined it up and laced it out. And it's 1-0 to the Shamrock Rovers. Well, he just played it, ran into the space, found the opening, gets onto that left boot, and whips it in the back of the net. It's 1-0 to the Shamrock Rovers, and a lovely finish from the young Italian in his first game here with us in control. Well done, Garlow. A sign of things to come. Davide Lombardi is happy with that finish. And, well, he loves to see Italians with him. Ricardo Gallo. Great name, actually. And he starts his campaign with a goal, and it's 1-0 to the Shamrock Rovers. Oh, here they come. Limerick pushing in. Here's the ball inside. Oh, great save. Oh, Garlow got the steal in. And this one slipped off to Shaw, who pumps it down the line. Garlow with a cross. Lovely ball. Falls to Shaw. And a good save from Hall. And Shamrock Rovers with 60% possession have been right on top here. We've got the corner. Really did deliver. And that comes flying out the back. And it should just be about the whistle for half-time. There it is, in fact. It is 1-0 in favour of the Shamrock Rovers. Garlow with his first goal for his career. Here's a header. Here's Connolly. To Garlow! Oh, he's worked Hall. He's getting into some positions. That's good. Here is Big Shaw. Crosses it inside. Oh, cleared away by the defenders. And here is Madden. And he races one, but that is a shit shot. 10 shots to 4 here. We've got him on the ropes. Right, let's make a change. Niall O'Connor checks in for his first game of football for Ronan Finn. We'll start learning these names as we get through this journey, man. But there's another youth talent into the team. Slips through the deck nicely. Out wide here for Big Shaw. Feeds it back inside. Quick touch on. Garlow works the keeper, but cleared away. There's young Niall O'Connor. He pushes himself down the line with some fresh legs and brings it forward here for Shaw, who pumps it forward for the run. O'Connolly, it's Connolly. He shoots. Hall with the save. Garlow tries to get in. Falls off to someone. I don't know half the players in this team. Get in there, boys. Don't let them get us now on the counter. Oh, misses the challenge. It's Clark. Pushes on forward. He's got a man inside. Oh, it's a simple finish. And Limerick equalise in the 86th minute. Well, that was some poor defending and caught on the counter. Completely exposed at the back. And Limerick undeservingly probably get the equaliser. Number 6 there probably need to stay back on his man. And it's a simple tap-in finish. It's 1-1. Pushes on forward here. Slips it off for Shaw. And a good save from Hall. Oh, a beautiful run there from the young lad. And we will get a corner now. Deep into the box. Oh, what was the 6'5" and he's trying a bicycle. Well, it's a 1-1 draw here in our first game in control. Hopefully the boys can get the job done with the simulations. Well, 18 shots to 9. 13 on target. They fought back for some possession there in the second half. And we only made the one substitute. Garlow gets an 8.7, Finn an 8.7. Not a bad day out there. Just getting a feel for the team. Right, Finn Harps at home, and it's a 2-1 win. Garlow getting another goal, and Burke checking in late to seal the deal. Right, so we've got Dimitar Hristov, the Bulgarian central defensive midfielder, probably the Vasil Krav player that we've got in our Youth Edition series. If you haven't seen that, absolute cracking, go and check it out. But we need to bring in some players here. We need to bolster this team. So we're just going to delegate, and we'll start his wage offer at 1,000. Let's start it a bit lower and see if he's willing to play ball for 700. Right, away against Derry City, the reserves go out and they get us a 1-1 draw. Right, we're here at home to Cork City, and we get smashed 3-0 Shaw with an injury. Right, so we've lost Gary Shaw for 6 weeks, and he was the big striker, so we might be a little bit lacking in firepower now. There was nothing in the free agency list in regards to forwards, so we could be in trouble. Right, we're going to make our first free agency signing in Hristov. He wants 1.1 for 3 years in an important role. He's a 60 overall. He's going to slot right into this team, at least as a reserve. So we'll accept that offer and get a new player into the team. All right, let's go. September, and what have we got? Drogheda, Galway, Sligo. We've also got a cup game here in the EA Sports Cup. Let's play the cup game here against Sligo, see if we can pick up some extra coin. We need to generate some funds to upgrade these scouts as quickly as possible so that we can be bringing in real top talent to this Shamrock Rovers side. So we'll simulate through. We'll play the Sligo Rovers game. We'll finish up September, and then we'll finally get through finishing up this episode. Well, the transfer deadline day has ended. We've still got 2 lads in our youth academy. We will check this at the start of every month just to see how the lads are coming along. Oliver Murphy 69 to 89, and Dylan Brady is a 73 to 93 goalkeeper. He would be handy to get training, but yep, let's get into September. Right, we're away here to Dundalk, and it's a 2-2 draw. Goals to Grace and Boyd. Right, monthly scouting update is back here from New Zealand. Callum Davies is only 15. He's not going to make an immediate impact, but we do need some players into this side. Max Baker doesn't really look too good as well, but we'll get them into the academy because we need some players in to this team very, very quickly. Oh, Northern Ireland, hello. We've got Jerry Feeney, 71 to 94, 46 to 60 at 45 grand. We'll sign him in for a look. We've also got James Fagan of 67 to 91, 6'6" at 60 grand. We'll sign him in for a look. But look at this lad. Look at this lad. John O'Byrne, 56 to 74 already, 78 to 94, 6'5", he's 16. He'll be able to come straight in, 475 evaluation. Thank you very much, Northern Ireland. And the Republic of Ireland, we've got Liam O'Grady, not the best. Pierce Cunningham, not the best. And is it Cathal Dunphy? 38 to 52, 62 to 86. He's 6'6", but we'll continue to scout these ones. Right, we need to be very cautious with our money here in this first season. We don't have a lot to play with, so if there's any lads here that aren't going to make the cut, they're going to be released because they're costing us money here. Max Baker, 60 to 82, 53 overall right midfielder, isn't going to help us out, unfortunately, so we're going to actually release him straight out. John O'Byrne, 62 overall, 78 to 94 potential already. Let's get him into the first team. Fagan, 6'6", but no, we're going to release him. Jerry Feeney, I might leave him in the academy. Oliver Murphy, 69 to 81. He's got some pace. Let's get him into the first team. And Dylan Brady, well, we probably don't need him. We've got two good keepers. Well, we've got one good keeper into the first team already. We'll see how they look next month. Well, O'Byrne is a 62 overall with 60 reactions. Let's have a look at his goalkeeping stats in the yellow, but a bit of training will fix that up pretty quickly. 6'5", right foot traditional keeper, and he is a 62, so he takes the starting position here in our first team. Right, the reserves going out here against Drogheda in the league, and it's a 3-0 win, 2 goals to Meenan and 1 to King. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen, the EA Sports Cup at the Showgrounds Sligo. We're taking on the Sligo Rovers, of course, and yeah, just, you know, have a good look and see what this cup game is all about. It's nice to see some of these different leagues. That's why I enjoy this Journeyman so much. You get to, you know, not play the most conventional leagues around the world, get to see some new teams and some different aspects of world football, and, you know, just bring something different to the internet. So we're going to set up here today with the first team. And obviously missing Big Shaw up front. I think it's Boyd who's going to play up front. Sligo Rovers. Oh, look at the goalkeeper. Schling Lingerman. Great fucking name. And a 5-man midfield. Could be a little bit tough to break down. But we'll get a look at our new Northern Irish goalkeeper here in O'Byrne. He will start today, and Garlow will be out on the left-hand side. And we'll see what we can do. Oh, he's a unit. He's an absolute unit. Number 12. And Garlow. And then we've got some of the other young lads on the bench, so we might get a look at them later. Let's go. Here's Connolly. Boyd. Plays it back for Finn. Out to young Garlow. He brings it inside. Finds Big Boyd. And Boyd turns on it. And fucking misses. Oh, conceded. Well, Byrne did get the save, but it just trickled out the back, and not enough defensive awareness there from the lads. Sligo Rovers take the lead in the 36th minute. Well, I thought Burton had it covered. It just tipped it away, hits the sidebar. Let's have a look. Cross into the box. Header comes forward. Did he get a touch on it? Well, some defensive work there. Oh, it was Garlow trying to get back. Where's the bloody defensive line? If Garlow's getting back and trying to defend. Come on, boys. 1-0 down. Garlow gets in, lays a good pass, and Connolly puts this one down the line here for Boyd. He slips it off. He's got the run here from Finn. Oh, lovely finish. We're back in the game. And the Irishman here, I think, his name is Finn. He is the captain. He's a real man, of course. We're still getting that turnover happening. But that is a lovely finish from Finn.
Well, this is what you call leading from the front. A strike from the skipper. Yeah, he's popped up.
Brilliant finish. 1-1. Oh, it's a lovely ball from Finn. It's Mueller. He works his way up the line. Has to cut back and then feeds it back inside. Finn's already got one. Oh, he's got two. What a fucking majestic move there from the captain. And it's 2-1 Shamrock Rovers, and we've turned this game on its head. Well, who is this lad? He is just absolutely rifled in 2 goals in 4 or 5 minutes. And it's 2-1. Gets in. That was a cracking finish.
Well, we see it again.
He passed it out, kept running, found the space. And even through all that traffic, he's just whipped it past the keeper off the sidebar, and it's 2-1. Get in, lad.
But he didn't look too pleased with it. Really beaten us.
Well, there is half-time. 2-1 in favour of the Shamrock Rovers.
The second half, which is now just
Oh, that's a lovely ball through. Garlow! Oh, good save from Schlingerman. Great name. That is a fucking epic name. Schlingerman. That's his way inside. Boyd. Connolly. He's got Garlow. Garlow! Oh! Lovely finish from the little Italian. And it's 3-1 to the Shamrock Rovers. And Garlow gets his second goal with us in control. That is an exquisite finish, the most acute of angles. Garlow whips inside, gets very close, and that is a lovely near post finish.
Let's take another look at the goal.
Oh, lethal left foot here from Garlow. Maybe Davide Lombardi's been giving him a few tips. He's fucking happy about it. And it's 3-1 and we're in the box seat.
Exciting player, isn't he?
Right, let's make our 3 changes. Noel O'Connor, Oliver Murphy, and Dimitar Hristov checks in. So, fresh faces. Garlow needs a rest. He's absolutely spent. 8 minutes to go. 3-1 lead. Corner here for Sligo.
On this manager's door for his services.
Corner swung in.
Oh, make that 3-2. Some poor defending. Oh, horrible. O'Byrne will be livid with the defenders there to let that one through. And we make 3 changes and Sligo back in the game. 7 minutes to go. Can the boys hold on to move through to the next round of the Cup? Well, that was some horrendous defending there from Shamrock. Just needed to hit it out. He's done the splits. O'Byrne's caught between his legs as well.
Over and over again, isn't it?
Oh, boys. Terrible. Well, it's lifted up a notch. It's lifted up a notch. Come on, boys. Hold on.
The goalkeeper that time hung on to the ball well.
Oh, O'Connor. Great little touch. Oh, good agility from the lad. And slips it off here for Connolly. And here is Murphy. Our first look at Murphy. And he rips down the line. He's going to need some help. He cuts back. Here's the cross into the box. Who's coming through? No one. Connolly gets out. It's out the back. It's Finn. He's already got 2. Cuts back around. Finn. Oh, save from Schlingerman. And we've got the corner. Finn to deliver. Whips it in. Heads out the back. Who's going to get here? It's Noel O'Connor. Oh, that's taken a deflection. And another corner here for the Shamrock Rovers. Finn whips inside. Connolly has missed. Well, there is the whistle. We hold on. We go through to the next round. Well done, boys. Well, 11 shots to 9. A tough encounter there. They had the possession, but we got the job done. Finn, a man of the match performance, gets himself a 9. Got 2 goals. And Garlow gets himself another goal. Well done. Right, we're away to Galway United here, and we lose 1-0. Damn it. Right, last game of the month, Shamrock versus the Sligo Rovers, and Shaw is back from injury, and it ends up being a 1-1 draw. Right, players leaving on international duty. John O'Byrne's already getting the call up for Northern Ireland, and Hristov for Bulgaria. Right, so we'll finish this one up. Our Youth Squad monthly report. Davies, he's sort of falling away a little bit, 66 to 86. Jerry Feeney, 71 to 91, and Dylan Brady is a 75 to 93. So just the 3 there in the academy. Right, so I think what we'll do at the end of all of these episodes, while the squad is still relatively thin with Youth Academy and Regens, we'll just see how quickly they're growing, because in 2 months, some of them are going to go up ridiculous amounts with training and that. So Noel O'Connor's got a bit of training. He's up to a 53 now. Garlow, haven't touched him. He's already up 2 to a 62. Murphy is a 53, gone up 2. And O'Byrne is a 63, gone up 1. There are the only 4 lads we've brought in, I think. Oh no, there's also Hristov, but he mustn't have grown yet. There we go, Hristov, 60 overall. Right, we will be doing player upgrades as well through this series. Try and jump on as many as we can. Generally, I try and upgrade the players that are playing in our World Cup team while they're in our club team. As a preference, but Garlow's going to come through the series with us, of course, the young Italian Scout Future Star. So get commenting down below on what you'd like to see with his kit and his number. And if you see something that you do like, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Whoever gets the most thumbs up on their comment gets the upgrade in a future episode. And just like that, that will end the first episode of our Journeyman series. Already through 10 games here in the Irish League. You can see how quickly and fast-paced it will be once we start smashing through, getting all those youth reports back, and get our World Cup team. So, not bad. We're sitting in 5th at the moment. We've picked up a few wins, just a couple of draws. Probably need some more youth players come through. It's stamina at the moment. Our squad is very thin. I did sell off quite a few players, trying to generate some cash so that we could get some decent scouts in and some free agents, but we'll see how we go moving through the season. I think we've got a good potential here to get a decent high finish, maybe generate some cash. I don't think we're probably going to win it here in the first season, but funnily enough, Limerick are there at the bottom, and that's who was number 2 on the list. So hopefully you've enjoyed this first installment. Hopefully you're having a crack at this yourselves at home. Let me know in the comments and on Twitter how you're going with your Journeyman series. I like to keep up with all my subscribers if I can, and don't forget to leave comments for the scouting and obviously for the player upgrade. But hopefully you've enjoyed the first episode there. That is the Journeyman underway for FIFA 18. We will see you in the next episode. I'm Sparring DK. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, and you have a good one.